Vyse, Crescent Isle is straight ahead. Avast, mateys, and welcome back to Skies of Arcadia, where we've just sailed around the world. Yep, that's Crescent Isle alright, but it looks different. If we reach Crescent Isle by flying east from Yaphatoma, then that means... we just sailed around the world! And we have discovered that the world is round. Until now, no one knew what lay beyond the edge of the world, and it was commonly thought to be a long, turbulent drop into nothingness. But after the Blue Rogue Vyse returned from his voyage around the world, it became known that the world was round. Hey Vyse, how does it feel to have sailed around the world with your very own ship? You know what, Ica? I want to see even more. I want to see more. I don't think I'll be happy until I see the whole world. I know there's more out there. To think that we just made it back home and Vyse is already talking about sailing some more. How typical of him. So the last time we were here, Crescent Isle was still just a deserted island with trees. It looks like Ismail's been busy and he's built us a whole base. The buildings still look very basic, and the building materials are still here, so it's clearly still in production. So we'll be able to renovate it and make it look even better. And there's our flag swaying in the breeze. It's good to finally have our own home base. It looks like there are some new buildings there that weren't there before. Ismail probably built them while we were gone with the money that we gave him. I wonder what Crescent Isle looks like now. Hurry up and land, Vyse. Alright, I can't wait to check it out. And similar to Pirate Isle, our dad's base, we have an underground port for the Delphinius, like he has for the Albatross. And camera angles like this really remind me how big the Delphinius is. Welcome home! How do you like what we've done with the place? I have to say that I'm really impressed with your work. What do you expect from the greatest builder that ever lived? If you keep the gold coming in, I'll keep adding on. I've been busy too. I made an armor plating for the Delphinius' hull. It's super sturdy. After I add it to your ship, you'll be able to fly through those pesky stone reefs without a hitch. Thank you, both, for everything you've done for us. I would like you both to join my crew aboard the Delphinius. That reminds me, I got this while we were in Yaphatoma. Can you do anything with it? Well, shiver me timbers! I've never seen this type of technology before in my life. With this type of engine, you'll be able to fly higher than the clouds and lower than you've ever imagined. I'll get started on this baby in a jiffy. Vyse, we should figure out where we're going to go next. I knew someone was going to say that. That's why I built a meeting room into the wall of your cliff. Now you'll be able to do all your planning from there. You built us a meeting room? Wow, you're great, Ismail. Let's go check it out. And we gave the Book of Polarity to Brabham. I don't think he's ever been this excited. And Brabham's joined our crew as an engineer. And Ismail's joined our crew as a builder. So before we do anything, let's get rid of this moonfish. There we go, we caught the moonfish. And let's go get ourselves an extra crew member. Nice to meet you. You're Captain Vyse, right? Captain Clara has ordered me to come aboard for Delphinius and train with your crew so I can be a better gunner. Oh, and my friends Lily and Nara are coming with me. I hope you don't mind. We're a team. We'll take care of your cannons. We're going to knock those Vyans out of the sky. Sure. And your name is? Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. I mean, I didn't forget my name. I just forgot to tell you. I wouldn't forget my name. That would be silly. I'm Belle. I don't have much experience with cannons, but I'll try my best. Well, you seem enthusiastic enough. I'll give you a chance, and we'll see how you do. Yes, sir. I'll do my best, sir. And Belle's joined our crew as a gunner. I run a store here on Crescent Isle. If you need anything for your ship, just let me know. Yeah, so some of our crew members will actually shut up shop while we're here. So let's check our crew. You can now see that we're only missing 2 crew members, and we'll be getting those 2 soon enough. So we've got every other crew member in the game so far. So let's check out our other engineer, Brabham. Having Brabham in your active crew will increase your ship's defense. So he's probably more useful than Hans, but we really should keep Brabham back here to work on this engine, so we'll keep Hans with us for now. And our builder is Ismail. Having Ismail in your active crew will increase your destructive power of a moonstone cannon. Well, he's obviously a taker. I'm sorry, Kerala, but we already have 4 heals. Oh, and also our gunner is going to be... Having Belle in your active crew will increase the damage done by your secondary cannons. And you know how much I like my secondary cannons, so we're going to take her from now on. So let's go check out our island base. Let's start off with the ship part merchant. So currently Kazim is in charge of this place. Hey there. Hey Captain Vyse, do you want to buy some cannons? Of course I do. Let's talk to you first. 2 little girls just came in here and offered to help us. Their leader said that she went to greet their captain. Did you see them? Right, so we can get some upgrades for the Delphinius here. A durable cannon made from ancient metals from the old world. It's an upgrade to the Yamato Spirit. We can get a Weatherly cannon. So this is inferior to the 10-inch cannon coil, but it has higher hit chance. So I guess we'll use this as our backup cannon. A secondary cannon designed for battleships has blue properties and high accuracy. It is very expensive. I'm not sure if magic stat is going to increase its damage or not. It might do. And we get an arc whale torpedo. A torpedo with both good range and destructive power, but uses a high level of spirit. It also has high accuracy, which is good for a torpedo. We get a goddess figurine. A sculpture of a goddess of love, courage, and victory. Increases magic defense. I guess we probably should take that by now, because we are taking a lot of damage from magic. We can also go with an air intake valve, but that's inferior to the timing valve. And a chandelier. Luxurious lighting favoured by value and nobility brings a touch of opulence to airborne life. We'll take one of those even though we won't use it. Right, so from now on we can actually buy complete kits, which are incredibly cheap for what they do, since we are a full heal. I guess we'll take 20 of those just in case we need to use them at some point. That should be more than enough for the rest of the game. Alright, let's get a move on. Come back again. Thank you very much. Let's also check this globe back here. It's a globe. Even though we sailed all the way around the world, it's still a little hard to believe that the world was really round. Well, soon enough everyone's going to know about that. Right, so this must be the standby room for the crew before we go on board. Pow, pow. You hired me to do a job. I'm doing the job. I'm not obligated to talk to you when I'm off your ship. Well, Lawrence truly is a mercenary. If I could successfully build a new engine with the book you brought back from Yafatoma, the Delphinius will be able to fly to new heights. While you're out on your next voyage, I'll be studying and building. Yes, sirree. Yeah, so sadly we need to wait until we get the next moon crystal before we can actually get this upgrade. Make sure you use the meeting room that I built for you. There isn't a finer meeting room under the 6 moons. These are our food and supplies. We buy some of it and steal the rest. Yaha, like a true air pirate. It really feels good to fire the main cannons of the Delphinius. There's just so much power behind them. Oh, I also just remembered with our crew. We should probably also change our lookout. We're done with Tika Tika now, so we're going to go for higher crit chance. Tika Tika was valuable when we had to fire the torpedoes in the previous area. Someone left some paint cans here. Come to think of it, what exactly were they painting anyway? These are filled with as many moonstones as we could find. The Delphinius is a big ship and requires a lot of fuel to keep her running. And we get ourselves a cham. Alright, who's the one who left the open bottle of Lockwood just sitting here? Man, our crew has some problems. It's a picture of Pirate Isle. Dad said that he set up base when he was 19. It looks like I beat him. Yeah, so there's good old-fashioned Pirate Isle where we started the game, and there's Lookout Island up there. With the longest ladder in the game. I still have fond memories of that place. It's important to maintain the cannons so they work when it really counts. There's some tools and... Alright, who left their dirty towel in here? That's pretty disgusting. Yeah, I think we need, like, a meeting with our crew. We've got some problems. So up here we've got a motif of both Clara's flag and Gilda's flag. Which is a nice motif to have. So if we go out the left exit here, then we can go back to the surface. But instead we're going to go this way. There was a large room here in another cave when we first arrived that we didn't use anything for. And now some of our crew will actually set up shop in here. Greetings, I have a plethora of items for you and your crew. Let's have a chat. This shop is a little dull for my taste. I want a bigger shop, a shop that's more befitting of a merchant as grand as myself. I'll need 2,000 gold to remodel the place. Yeah, sure thing, that's a good investment. Thank you, Captain. You've got great taste. I'll use my looks to try and scale up a few new items. So what do you have for now? Right, she only has terrible boxes at the moment, and I don't think she really gets any useful ones either, even after she upgrades. But still, we'll let her do that. So we can get 2 more stores in here for the 2 more crew members that we can get. And we'll be getting them as soon as we've upgraded the Delphinius. Because one of them is in the upper sky where it's impossible to reach at the moment. And the other one we've already met, but we need a higher reputation. That old Ismail really is something. Just watching him makes me want to start building things for you. So how about it? It'll cost you some gold, but I can guarantee a job well done. I can't just sit here and have Ismail have all the fun. Sure thing. Now we're getting somewhere. Which building do you want me to remodel? Let's see, so there's several options we can do to upgrade the island in our own personal taste. So to begin with, I'm going to go against my personal taste, so we can just examine what different options we have. So for now, I want you to upgrade the living quarters. So you want to remodel the living quarters? It's going to cost 2,000 gold to do that. Are you sure you want to go through with it? Yeah, of course. Okay, leave it to me. I'll have it all fixed up for you the next time you come back to the island. So this tent is going to be for our fortune teller. Welcome, heed my words and the future will be known. Let's pay 10 gold. Very well, let us begin. Ha! Yes, yes, I see something. When a moonstone becomes contaminated, it becomes a charm. They have the opposite effect of chams. Giving Kubel a charm will result in him regurgitating all of the chams he's eaten up until this point. Use them wisely. Yeah, so she'll just give us random advice. There's polished stones and a book with weird designs. Maybe they're used for fortune telling. So let's check out the living quarters. This is a really nice island. It's even in a great location too. We should be able to go on all sorts of adventures from here. This must be the crew's sleeping area. Once in a while you can hear someone fall out of a hammock at night. Yeah, we should really upgrade this place and give them some actual beds. I never thought that I would ever be able to get out of Valua, and I never even knew the outside world was so big. After your little pep talk, I've been wanting to see as much of the world as I can. Thanks, Vyse. I can't wait to go sailing again. I guess we should give him the chance. So let's put him on our active crew. In that way we can keep both Polly and her husband, Robinson, out of the crew. They can hang out on the island and be together. I'm learning all about shipbuilding from Brabham right now. Brabham is an expert on all kinds of engines, from the old models to the new models. I've learned a lot from him. My father will be proud. I love the smell of roasting sausages by the fireplace. Right, so let's go and check out the tavern. I have heard that the royal family of Valua is cruel, and the people of Valua are cold-hearted. But Enrique is so nice, and Marco is cute too. I think that it's wrong to judge people because of where they come from. Sorry, where they come from. Well, it's good that she's finally learnt that. I lost everything that was dear to me. I lost it all in the Dark Rift. All I had to keep me going were my memories of Polly. It was during those years in the Dark Rift that I realised just how important Polly was to me. I never knew how much I had until she was gone. I'm going to stay by her side until we finish this, and then we're heading back to Sailor's Island. This place isn't bad. It sort of reminds me of my tavern back on Sailor's Island. I think I'll be able to cook here. But the kitchen could use a little work. It needs some remodelling if I'm going to make some of my more popular dishes. When I heard that this place used to be a deserted island, I figured it would be even more depressing than Esperanza. But you've got quite a good variety of food and drinks here, and you've assembled quite a crew. You're doing a great job. Thanks, Don. Oh, Vyse, this is a really nice tavern. I wish I could serve Yapatoman food to everyone on the island. But I guess that's impossible without renovating the kitchen. Oh, don't worry about it. I just miss the kitchen back home. Yeah, so we need to renovate the kitchen if we want to have some proper food cooked for us. So we'll be having Ismail do that for us to begin with. And then we'll go and check out the Yapatoman version. This is a very beautiful island that you found, Vyse. This pond reminds me of home. It's relaxing. I wish that I could just sit here like this forever. So let's go up to the lookout. So this is where we set up our signal fire when Gilda rescued us. It's sort of refreshing to see our flag flapping in the wind like that. So this is where we can change our flag design, but I like Fina's the most. Now where's this charm? There it is. Alright, so let's examine. Right, apparently our reputation has fallen. We are now known as Vyse the Fallen Pirate. We're going to have to do something about that, because that should not be so low. So clearly something has happened that's made people think that we're evil. Right, so for now, let's use our Tropica on Fina. How many charms do we have? 11. We need one more charm, and then we can upgrade Cupel again. Yeah, so after we're done here, we definitely have to go and find out what's happened to our reputation. Since the whole world knows us as a legend, we shouldn't start being known as the Fallen Pirate. Oh man, that's hot. Why did you touch it, Vyse? Sometimes you could be a real idiot. Whenever I see cement like this, I feel like putting footprints in it. I better not though. Ismail probably wouldn't like it very much. It's filled with cement mix. Oh man, it's so heavy. I can't even move it an inch. Did Ismail carry this by himself? Yeah, it looks like the island is still under production. Gonzalez, I found the treasure that you were looking for. But to be honest, it wasn't what either of us were expecting. Yeah, we've made him an actual tombstone now. So let's go up to the meeting room. It's a very nice view from up here. Hey Captain, did you know that you can see the entire island from up here? Nothing to report today, well except for the fact that Ismail ate Brabham's lunch when he wasn't looking. I'm guessing they do that all the time. Let's get ourselves an extra moonfish. And then let's go and have this meeting. Because we need to wait until we can have this new engine. So we need to find out what to do in the meantime. It's still hard for me to believe that Ismail turned this deserted island into a base. Vyse, Ica, Enrique. Thank you for everything that you've done. So far we've managed to get 3 of the moon crystals. I never would have made it this far on my own. Thank you so much. Come on, Fina, you don't have to thank us. Yeah, if it wasn't for you, I don't think we would have ever gotten the chance to sail around the world. We should be thanking you. Fina, I don't know if you've realised it yet, but your mission has helped us all, and we've all grown to be such good friends. Yes, thank you. I mean, you're welcome. Until recently, I lived a sheltered life. I was scared when the elders asked me to search for the crystals, and I was all alone. Since then, I've made such great friends, and I'm excited when we go and explore new lands, even the ones with monsters. Yeah, when you first heard what we did for a living, you seemed really surprised, almost intimidated. You sounded more like an air pirate every day. Before you know it, you'll be dressing like us, and Cuba will be wearing an eye patch. Cuba would look adorable with an eye patch. Hey, that reminds me, do you know where we should go for the next moon crystal? Yes, I do. To the far south lies a land that basks in the cold light of a purple moon. It's known as the Lands of Vyse. The purple moon crystal should be hidden there. The Land of Vyse? The purple moon is the source of power for all ice magic. And because of that, the lands under the moon have become encased in ice. I've heard stories about that place. Some of the others back home used to tell me about the rumours they'd hear. Oh, what's it going to be this time, Ica? I hear that the air is so cold that anyone who goes there will be frozen solid in a matter of seconds. I don't want to have to chisel you out of the ice, Vyse. Where do you get these stories? First I was going to catch on fire, then people were going to eat us with sticks, and now I'm going to freeze. Getting the crystal is not going to be easy, but I think your overactive imagination is getting the best of you. What do you mean? Alright, fine. When you become a Vysicle, don't come crying to me. I'm sure that everything will be alright. I doubt it's that cold, Ica. Well, according to Vyuan archaeologists, beneath the layers of ice lies the ruins of an ancient city. The ruins have been undisturbed since the old world. Unfortunately, no one's ever been able to break through the ice. All we've been able to do is observe the ruins from the sky. So we don't really need to go there because it's impossible to get the crystal. Well, I was thinking that since Brabham said the hull has been reinforced, if the hull is strong enough to break through the stone reefs, perhaps it's strong enough to break through the ice. That might just work. We could bust through the ice with a Delphinius. If the Delphinius can get through the ice, then we can get to the crystal. Yeah, it looks like our next destination is going to be south to the Lands of Ice. Well, it looks like we've got a long journey ahead of us. I think we should take the rest of the day off and celebrate. Yeah, we have our own home base now, so we should celebrate that before we head off. Sadly, we don't get to actually partake in the celebration. So this is our room, at the top of the living quarters. And these rooms are going to be for the rest of our party. Enrique's got a picture of Moge on his desk. Enrique's in love. How sweet. Having a picture of the person that he loves on his desk. What's this? Wait, Ica's got a picture of me on her desk? Okay, that's kind of embarrassing. Now that we've got our own island base, I bet you finally feel like a real captain. Captain Vyse, I like the sound of that. You've sailed around the world in your own ship. Not many people can say they've made their childhood dreams come true, you know. Ica, you make it sound like I'm ready to retire. There's still so much I haven't seen yet. And there's still lots of undiscovered treasure to be found. We've got a long way to go. That's so like you. Don't worry, I'll be right there behind you, especially if there's treasure involved. I guess let's just ignore the fact that Ica's got a picture of us on her desk. I'm sure it's fine, we don't have to think about it. Why does Fina have a picture of me on her desk? Okay, this is getting embarrassing. Okay, both Ica and Fina have a picture of us on their desk. It's a very nice island, and you even have a room made for me too. I can't believe it, I actually have my own room in your home base. I feel like I'm really a member of the Blue Rogues. I'm so happy. Thank you, Vyse. It's no problem, Fina, don't worry about it. We're just going to pretend that we didn't see those pictures, and continue. So Enrique should be hanging out with this lover over here. Hello, Vyse. For a hidden base, this is most impressive. As we acquire more crew members for the base as well as the Delphinius, it will be running more smoothly. You are the only ones who have the experience and the determination to lead the crew to victory. We all look up to you, Vyse. Vyse, I've entrusted you with the Delphinius. Please take good care of it. I may want it back someday. Yeah, it is still Enrique's ship in the end of the day. Yeah, she's just saying the same as before. So those two are just going to hang out together. So now Ismail's hanging out up here. Oh, I'm pretty happy with the base, but I think I could fix it up a little bit if I had more money. What do you say? Do you want me to remodel some of the buildings? Yeah, that would be great. Which building do you want me to remodel? Will you remodel the tavern for us? So you want to remodel the tavern? It's going to cost you 1,500 gold. You sure you want to go through with it? Yeah, sure thing. Okay, leave it to me. I'll take good care of it by the time you return to the island. So all we have to do for this is to leave and then return. We don't have to actually go anywhere. But with that said, we really need to go and find out what's happened to our reputation. So we're going to go and do that first, and we're also going to fight Piastol since she sent us another one of those black spots. And after we deal with this, we'll head back to the island, and we'll go through all of the options we have to remodel the island. And then we'll head to the lands of Vyse and prepare for the next part. So let's return for our ship. So we can already see that the island's been remodeled again. So from this point on, the island's going to have this nice paved effect to it, and we can continue to remodel the island as much as we like. So we'll be doing that later when we come back. For now, we have to go and find out what's happened to our reputation. So to do that, we're going to check out the local Sailors Guild. You know what? You look an awful lot like some of those pirates on the wanted list. Wait, do we have a bounty on our head? Yeah, I do have the legendary Descartes coin, but I'm not selling it. It's mine. Let's check the wanted list. Right, so we now have 2 extra ones. We have Dekuya the Wealthy. Actually, let's read the small text first. A pirate with enough money to buy the world. Riding aboard a gaudy ship plated in gold, this pirate has been known to attack all who cross his path. A wealthy Yaphatoman, he has been travelling near the lands of ice. It is said that he throws money at his opponents, confusing them in a fight. Right, we have a bounty for Vyse the Fallen Pirate. A pirate who thinks he can hide behind his name. Once thought to be a hero, the once blue rogue Vyse has been reported to be robbing the people of Nazrad, along with his 2 female accomplices. Perhaps Vyse is nothing but a lowly scumbag of a black pirate after all. Well, we're not going to accept this. Someone has been smudging our name and is claiming that we're a black pirate. And he's been acting while pretending to be us. So we're going to take down these doppelgangers. Which means before we do this, we should really save the game. So it looks like we found our doppelgangers, so let's take them down. Hey, doesn't that guy kind of remind you a little of somebody? Or rather, doesn't he remind you a lot of somebody? Those guys are probably the people that have been going around Nazrad pretending to be us. Vyse, you gotta do something. Let's talk to them.
Oh there!
If it isn't Vyse, I never would have thought we'd actually get to meet the real you. The pleasure's all mine. Who the heck are you guys? I know, these are the creeps that have been going around pretending to be us. My name's Vyse. I used to be a travelling entertainer. My specialty? Impersonations. Lately I discovered that whenever I impersonate you, people just throw their money to the ground and run away screaming. It's really made my life quite simple. I don't do a thing and I get rich, all thanks to you. It's like taking candy from a baby. Hey there, big boy. I'm Anita, but I'm sure you'll remember me after today. Big boy? Forget about that red-headed man girl and come with me. I'll show you the true treasures of this world. Hey, this girl's really starting to get on my nerves. I'm Faina. If we kill you, we'll become the real Vyse and crew, and nobody will be the wiser. To tell you the truth, you guys are a big thorn in our side. We're gonna have to ask you to die. She's definitely the opposite to Fina. Which, you see, leaves us with very few alternatives, and I believe that it's fate that's brought you here today. So in order for us to live our life of luxury, we're gonna need to kill you. It's nothing personal, really. Don't think we're just gonna sit here while creeps like you make good use of our names for your own greed, or sell us aboard my ship. I knew you would say that. The real Vyse would never in his right mind think of endangering the lives of the townsfolk. And while we're out there, we might as well take your ship. That will complete our image like nothing else. So this is one of the more difficult bounties. So we're really going to have our work cut out for us today. So luckily there's no copy for Enrique, which is where most of our strategy is going to come from with the good use of Justice Shield. So the main target here is Anita. She needs to die as soon as possible. So to begin with, let's just buff ourselves with Glyphs of Might. And then in the next turn we're going to get started. We want to be making good use of Delta Shield in this fight as well, so we want to buff ourselves straight away.
Here goes.
So their main damage dealer is going to be Anita, who can deal massive area damage. Vyse can only deal single target damage. And Fienta can deal area damage as well as healing. So the main target is going to be Anita since she does the most.
This should work.
It's usually a good idea to go after the healers first, but in this fight we just really want to get rid of the main damage source as soon as possible. Even if she gets healed a little bit in the process.
Let's try this!
So they can actually survive a hit from Prophecy. They need extra damage on top of that, so that's what we're going to do. We're going to try working towards a Prophecy, while also dealing some damage to everyone. The smartest way to fight this, of course, is to take out Anita quickly, but we'll take out all of them at the same time, because we're like that. So, Delta Shield. Let's see, they've got all their buffs, haven't they, now, so let's use Lunar Winds to get rid of it. And Justice Shield.
May righteousness be our shield. Shield of justice.
Since we absolutely need to have Justice Shield up at all times in this fight, at least until Anita's gone. Once we've dealt with Anita, then we can take a step back on our defense.
Anita Shield!
Wow, that's helpful, she just wasted her turn. So she also has a Delta Shield, however hers is useless because we're never going to attack them with magic. So it's a good wasted turn. So their version of Fina doesn't have access to Cupel, so she can't use any of her super moves. All she can do is magic, which makes her less of a priority target. Right, I've removed all their buffs. That'll make them a lot weaker, and hopefully tempt them into buffing again, which wastes a turn. Yeah, she's going to try and drill noss us, but we're going to keep up our Delta Shield as often as possible to avoid it. Right, so for now, let's do a Cutlass Fury. Let's see, Anita's element is red, even though she has a green weapon. So let's go purple. Then we're going to Delta Shield, we're going to Focus, and Justice Shield. Shield of Justice. So Delta Shield will luckily just make their version of Fina completely irrelevant.
Cutlass Fury.
Yeah, that should be all the extra damage we need if we get a Prophecy out. We should be able to finish her, as long as she doesn't get healed.
Okay.
But I don't think they heal unless we start to get low health. So I think this might still be high enough health for her not to worry about it. Cutlass Wrath. Yes, if we don't have just a shield up, we're going to take a lot of damage at the moment.
Moons! Bless us!
Right, managed to avoid the poison of Noxus. Right, so let's Cutlass Fury the next target. Let's take down Thana. Actually, no, for now we're just going to work on keeping our focus up in case she does heal. And now let's go for a Delta Shield, go for Focusing, and a Justice Shield. May Righteousness be our shield. We're not going to worry about healing up Ica, we'll just revive her if needed with a Lunar Light. So we want to avoid healing as often as possible.
Okay.
Right, luckily she's wasting all of her turns, that's amazing. Sadly though, she can use Drilling with her normal attack. So Thena's going to take extra damage now. Another Cutlass Wrath. Onto Ica, that's a shame. Yeah, she's definitely dead. Oh no, somehow she's still alive. Well done, Ica.
Moons! Bless us!
Pyrulan. That's the top rank fire spell, but we don't get to see it because we avoided it. Right, we really should heal up Ica, but at the same time we want to make ourselves immune to magic. So let's just focus for now. Actually no, for now I want you to Cutlass Fury. Get started onto Thana. What element is she? She's yellow, so let's go to silver. Then you just Delta Shield, you focus, and you just a shield. May Righteousness be our shield. We probably should have healed her instead this turn, but we'll go without it. We'll just revive her next turn if needed. You don't get to complain. You wanted to kill us.
Okay.
Right, she doesn't actually know how to throw her boomerang. Wow, he's really focusing on Ica. Maybe his AI is programmed to go after the lowest health person. Well, she's down, but we can Ryslum her, it's fine.
Moons! Bless us!
It's more worth it to have a Delta Shield up rather than healing her, because that way we avoided that damage. I now want you to go to green, so you can do some damage onto Vyse. See, Thana, I want you to just revive. See, do we have any Ryslums? Let's use the Ryslum box onto Ica, and just a shield. May Righteousness be our shield. This does look weird with Vyse attacking Vyse with a Cutlass Fury.
Feel my fire. Anita Burst!
Right, so now we finally see the main damage dealer of this fight, which is Anita Burst. Usually she spams this a lot more often. So as you can see, it does basically 1,000 damage to everyone if we're guarding. And since she usually spams that move, alright, our Ryslum box is destroyed, sadly, but we've had good use out of it. So we want to make sure we have just this shield up to avoid that Anita Burst damage as much as possible.
Gotcha.
Just whack him on the head with a frying pan. 0 damage. Oh, it's a good attempt.
Moons! Bless us!
Right, this sadly is going to go through now. So this is a top rank fire spell, Pyrulan. Alright, let's see what our spirit's like. Have we managed to top up our spirit, or are we going to be a bit short? Nah, we're short, sadly. Okay, looks like we're going to have to heal ourselves this turn. So for now, everyone just focus. Let's throw a Delta Shield. Let's throw a Lunar Light. And let's throw a Justice Shield. So we're going to have to work up our spirit again. It probably would have been a better idea, actually, to just use Sacrum Crystals instead to heal us. Ah, well, we're committed now. May righteousness be our shield. Yeah, there's another Anita Burst.
Anita Burst.
So this is more like it. This is what I was expecting her to be spamming this attack. Well, we can't keep healing with Lunar Light all the time. So we're going to have to get out our Sacrum Crystals, but we have to drop the Delta Shield to do that. We should be able to survive the next turn as well. So we don't have to heal this soon.
Bless us.
So it's time we start getting our spirit up to be able to finish this fight. Since they're still too high health for her to worry about healing. But they're low enough for a prophecy to be able to kill them. So we just have to work up to the max spirit and then we can end this. Of course, the smart way to do this fight is to just take care of Anita instantly as soon as the fight starts, pretty much. Just try and get her out of the way. But where's the fun in that? Alright, they're buffing themselves again. We might have to remove these. We're going to need one more round, I think, to be able to throw it out. So we need to survive again. So I think we need to throw out some Sacrum Crystals.
Moons, bless us.
Alright, time for some Sacrum Crystals. So where did I keep them? There they are. Right, we can't Delta Shield, so we're going to have to just throw out... No, not a defend. I want you to also throw out a... I want you to focus, actually, because you want to remove that buff. Actually, I think this is going to get us too low. I think we're just going to have to deal with the fact that they're buffed. So let's throw out another Sacrum Crystal. And protect us. May righteousness be our shield. We're just going to have to gamble this and hope that we survive the next round. Right, he's just alive. Hopefully we can survive.
Here goes.
Right, that's just in time, that Sacrum Crystal. And an Anita Burst.
Anita Burst.
I'm so glad that Sacrum Crystal went before this. And hopefully another Sacrum Crystal will go before whatever attack Feyna does. Because it might be able to kill Enrique.
Let's try
There we go. And hopefully we have enough spirit to be able to use our prophecy.
Moons, bless us.
Alright, now she's gonna poison all of us. Man, Enrique, you've had a real close call this turn. And we can finally use our Captain's super move, Prophecy. Combines the power of all 4 party members to call upon an ancient power.
In dire
We
need.
call forth
The power
of the ancients.
to battle our foe.
I'd like to see them mimic that move. Are you still alive, Faina? No, you're not. Never mind.
We did it.
So that's the real stupid way to fight that boss. But it's the more fun way. Because if you just kill Ica with a couple of Cutlass Furies and a Pirate's Wrath, then it takes away their main damage source. And we get a Tuna Cutlass, a Swarm Meringue, and a Focus Robe. Okay. We give up. Man, you guys really are the real deal. I never imagined you were so strong. No, I'm being serious. Just please, let us live. We promise not to do anything bad anymore. We're really just big fans of yours. You wouldn't kill your fans, right? Come on, big boy. Just let us go. Please. This is pathetic. I told you we never should have gotten involved in this kind of stuff in the first place. If you guys promise not to use our names to do evil deeds anymore, then we'll let you live. So, what do you guys plan to do from here on? Well, we won't be making trouble for ourselves, that's for sure. And, well, we are former entertainers. I figured we could just run a Vyse and crew lookalike show. We could probably make a decent living off that. I don't know whether you guys are really... I don't know how you guys really got together, or you're just a bunch of flakes. If you're ever in the neighbourhood, please stop by. We'd love to have you as guest stars on our show. And now we finally cleared our name. Our name was only smudged for a very short time, but still. Word can spread around fast, and it's hard to clear that stuff up. Let's check our name now. Yep, we are back to Vyse the Daring. So everyone now knows that we weren't the ones who did those actions. We may have only been a fallen pirate for like half an hour or so, but that's still too long. Are we on the wanted list yet? It's a wanted poster. Nope, no one I know. Vyse the Daring, of course I've heard about you. Everyone talks about your exploits. Welcome to the Sailors Guild. Oh, I'm not giving you the cat coin. Stop asking. Here you go, your award for your work. I've heard quite a bit about you lately. Keep up the good work, I'm counting on you. And we get 20,000 gold for defeating Vyse the Imposter. So let's check out his information now. It's been revealed that it was not Vyse who committed all those dastardly deeds, but a fake who used his name to further his own greed. The fake has decided to give up piracy and has started a Vyse lookalike show. So now we've just got this guy left. And then there's one more bounty that we can't get until basically the end of the game, so we don't have to worry about that. I don't believe this guy is around yet, even though it says he's in the Lands of Ice. I think we need to wait until later. But we'll check when we're around there. We've already sold off all our discovery information we have at the moment. Actually, no we haven't. We haven't sold the world is round. Let's tell everyone about that. And no, I'm not selling you the cat's coin. Stop asking. The world is round. You found what? You must tell me what you found. I must let the whole world know. So now the whole world is going to know that the world is round. So before we go back to Crescent Isle, we're going to go and have our next boss fight with Piastol, since she's called us out again. But before we do that, let's check out our new weapons we just got. The Tuner Cutlass, received from the imposter Vyse, boasts high attack power but low accuracy. It doesn't really boost our attack by that much, but still that will make our super moves a lot more deadly. So to be honest, I think it's probably worth having, because we never really use our normal attack, we only really use the super moves. Let's get back to silver. And then we got the Swarmerang. Received from the imposter Anita, will always confuse any enemy not immune to confuse. So that's actually a really useful one. It's got low damage, but it has a very high hit chance, so it's easy to hit enemies with it, and it will confuse enemies. So it's definitely more of a gimmick item. But still, it's a good gimmick. See, and while we're here, let's also change Cupid back to yellow. And Blade of Slumber, black to silver. And let's check out the robe we just got. I think it was Focus Robe. A robe that allows the wearer to mentally channel energy, increasing their will. So that is a lot of magic damage. It's got very low defense, but it's basically just a glass cannon for raw damage power for magic. We're not going to be using magic right now though, so we're not going to equip it. We'll use that later when we end up needing magic to do your area damage and the like. If we get to an area where Lambda Burst isn't enough to deal with the enemies, then we'll just equip that with Fina and start spamming our heavy duty spells. So while we're at Sailor's Island, let's go to Doc and give him our new moonfish.
Hi.
Hey Doc. Yeah, caught some more moonfish, let's feed the little critter. And let's see what we get. And we get the Ghost Mail. And we get the Sword of the Cat. And we get Gold Bullion. It looks like it's changing again. Oh, now it's actually flying. Well, kind of. It's floating. And we get a Constitution Gem. A Defensive Aura. Okay, that's all the moonfish we had.
Thank you.
There's no problem, Maria. Piccolo says thank you too. Is that the name of your bird? It's a really big bird. Hey, his name's Piccolo, huh? Cute name. Tell him that I'll bring him even more fish next time, okay?
Yeah.
Maria can actually talk to that bird. Sure seems like it. I don't know for sure though, but either way it looks like they understand each other on some level. Now that I think about it, even her older sister... Doc? I'm sorry, I was lost in thought. Doc, please tell me about Ramirez. When you first knew him, I must know. I need to know what happened to him, what changed him so. Sounds like you've got some pretty personal reasons for wanting to know. Very well, I told you about how Ramirez and I met, right? Well, soon after that, we were sent to Ixtaka, just after Varia began to occupy the area. Right, so that was about 2 years ago, I think. What's wrong, Ramirez? Ever since we got to Ixtaka, you've looked troubled. Don't be afraid to speak your mind. Well, if I may speak freely, I feel that Varia is wrong in its ways, in the ways it treats the Ixtakans. Hey, wait a minute there, Ramirez. Putting the people into slavery, forcing them to mine for moonstones, all for Varia's profit? It's horrible. Ramirez. Ramirez, you are absolutely right. I, as a father of two, feel the same way. I feel a sadness deep in my heart for the plight of the people of Ixtaka. How's this then? I'll personally express my grievances to the Empress herself. Let me deal with it, Ramirez. Thank you, my lord. One day, we ran into Admiral Gaussian in Ixtaka. Back then, Lord Gaussian was still just another admiral in the Armada, but stories of his military prowess were spreading rapidly. Actually, the reason why Vyse had so easily conquered Ixtaka and occupied it was due to the great military feats of Lord Gaussian. Of course, Ramirez went straight to Gaussian, being the root of all the evils in Ixtaka. Right, so this is how those two met. Lord Gaussian, how can you treat the Ixtakans like this? It's despicable. Ramirez, you can't talk to an admiral like that. Stay out of this, Doc. This has got nothing to do with you, and no matter what happens, I know Admiral Mendoza will stand up for me. Admiral Mendoza? Fool. What did you say? How dare you speak ill of Admiral Mendoza? I will not stand here and let you tarnish his honor. It was not Mendoza that I called a fool. It was you, boy, who follow him so blindly that is the fool. What did you say? People are not to be trusted. Depend on a person too much and they will betray your trust sooner or later. I only believe in power. Power will never betray you. And that is why I search this land for an even greater power. And if such a power exists, I swear it will be mine. You will someday understand the meaning of my words. When that day comes, I will be waiting for you. And then we know he later on became the vice captain to Gaussian. And that was the first time Ramirez and Gaussian had ever met. If I'd only stopped Ramirez back then, things may have turned out differently. Uncle Doc?
Alright.
Wait a second, Maria. I'll be right there. Ever since she started talking again, Maria stopped using my bell, and now she calls me by my name. And it always makes me feel weak in the knees whenever she calls me Uncle. I'm such a sucker for pretty little things. Alright, we'll get out of your way. You're probably busy. Anyway, we'll talk more about Ramirez some other time, okay? Sure thing, and don't forget to bring more moonfish. So we still have yet to see the actual event that turned Ramirez. Well, while we're here, let's check out that new equipment we just got, since we did get quite a bit. The Sword of the Cat is actually a downgrade. A sword of the great air pirate the Cat. It has the power to lull enemies to sleep. Ah, okay, so it can use the sleep effect, but yeah, it is a worse weapon. By quite a lot, actually. Right, we won't be using that. I guess we'll put it on during a fight to see how it looks. See, the Ghost Mail. A strange outfit that appears translucent in light and floats eerily when released. Well, it's inferior for you. How about you? Still inferior. You can't even use it. And neither can you. Okay, never mind. We're not going to use that one. Now, what was the other thing we got? There were some accessories. The Defensive Aura. Renders the wearer invulnerable to normal attacks and improves defense. Well, that's quite amazing. And Constitution Gem, a miraculous stone that prevents all adverse effects and boosts defense and magic defense. All adverse effects. Okay, that's useful. So let's check with Fina. We can boost her defense by a lot, or a little to each and make her immune to elements. Or ailments, rather. Let's make her immune to normal attacks. We're going to have to drop the Warrior's Heart, as useful as that is. And then we'll give Ica. You can have the Constitution Gem, since you're a fast person, so you can then cure other people. Okay, that seems to be everything. Let's go. So now we're back at Sailor's Island. We need to travel west. And eventually we'll meet Piastol. And we'll beat her up for the third time, and then see if she's willing to tell us about herself or not. And now it's time for our third confrontation with Piastol, the Angel of Death. Vyse, today is the day that I take your life. Hey, now you just wait a second there. You mind telling us exactly why you hate Vyse so much? I despise all air pirates. That's why I became a hunter of you despicable people. It all started 7 years ago, when my family was brutally murdered by air pirates. And that is where I saw you, Vyse, among the pirate scum that took my family from me. You've gotta be mistaken. We're blue rogues, we'd never do something like that. Silence! Blue, black, you're all the same, you all deserve to die. My only purpose in life since then has been to deliver justice unto the air pirates that destroyed my life. Vyse, it is time for me to have my revenge. Have at you.
On guard!
Well, we know that Vyse is definitely not the type of guy to murder anyone, so we're gonna have to beat her again to find out what really happened.
I will avenge my father!
Well, killing us won't avenge him, lady. Right, let's take her down. So to begin with, we're just going to focus up and throw out an increm onto Vyse. And then we're going to Justice Shield for safety.
May righteousness be our shield. Shield of justice.
So she's a lot more dangerous this time compared to the last time we fought her.
On guard!
Her Tempest Dance has an extra move at the end to do more damage. But luckily we got a Justice Shield up, so we won't get hurt too badly. And she has a few new moves as well, which are going to deal extra damage to us if we're not very safe. Nice, sadly we got poisoned then, that sucks. Ah, well, we're just going to have to deal with it. We can't throw up a Delta Shield at the moment until we get our buff out.
Moons, give me strength.
Alright, so now that Vyse is buffed, we're going to start Delta Shielding to protect ourselves against instant death. And then we're just going to Lunar Light when we need to heal up, and hope we don't need to do it too often. Alright, so let's throw out a Cutlass Fury onto the dog. And yes, we are fighting with a giant tuna, and with a lollipop with a Dreamcast logo on it. So, let's just use the Delta Shield, and a Justice Shield. May righteousness be our shield. Eternes. So now her instant death move can work against all of our party at once. So you definitely want to protect against that. I gave the Constitution gem that makes us immune to debuffs to Fina. So if we get really unlucky and everyone else dies to instant death, at least she's going to be immune. And then she can revive everyone with the Lunar Light and keep us going. Let's just whack this dog with our fish.
Cutlass Fury.
Alright, so one more of them and he should be dead. Yeah, we're going to be taking a bit of damage from his poison. But we'll try and still finish off the dog first before we heal ourselves. Shield of Justice. Deluge. So this is her new move. She can hit everyone in the party for high physical damage. Right, luckily the dog's wasting its turn by buffing the boss. Or healing the boss rather, when she has full health. Right, hopefully the dog's dead now. Right, that's one threat out of the way. Now we can just focus on the boss. So due to her spamming Eternes, we're going to make sure we have Delta Shield up as often as possible. So let's change to a green weapon, since she's blue element. And then we're just going to start focusing up for now. We're going to play it safe from now on and make sure we have enough spirit on hand to do a Lunar Light if needed. Wevlon. Right, luckily that she'll just be wasting her turns if she uses any magic while we have Delta Shield up. So we're just going to work towards a big Pirate's Wrath. Yeah, this poison is really damaging us. However, Lunar Light will get rid of it as well as heal us, so we don't have to worry about that. May righteousness be our shield. So we're just going to play this boss as safe as we possibly can. Deluge. Yeah, you might have to throw out a heal soon. We're going to throw it out next turn to be safe. Before anyone dies to the poison damage. Yeah, that's very close. Okay, let's just heal everyone up. So let's throw out our Lunar Light. And continue to just shield us. And we're back in the game. So her main threat is going to come from her doing a Tempest Dance onto Fina. The more she tries to cast her instant death magic, the better, since we're going to keep ourselves protected against it. As long as Fina stays alive, then there's no way we can lose this fight, because she can't be hit by instant death. So we're just going to take it very slow and very steady. May righteousness be our shield. Right, I think that's on someone else. Yeah, it's on Vyse. He can easily take this. So the best case scenario will be her attacking different people with the Tempest Dance. Because that means we will be able to hold up on our heal for a long time. And then we can focus more on defense. Or offense, rather. Right, we should have the energy to throw out a Pirate's Wrath now, finally. So let's get started. It's about time we do some damage. Shield of Justice. Yeah, she really loves spamming a turn there, so it's absolutely vital to keep Delta Shield up on this fight. And now it's time for the wrath of all the air pirates that she's killed on her quest for revenge.
Pirate's Wrath!
Right, one more of them and I think she's dead. Alright, let's just work up for a second Pirate's Wrath. So as long as she doesn't throw a curveball like attacking Fina with a Tempest Dance, we should be okay. Deluge. So this is probably one of her more deadly moves, which is why we're keeping up our Justice Shield. But also, I think Fina can maybe still be one-shot by a Tempest Dance, so that's why I want to also make sure to keep it up. You don't want to lose her no matter what happens. You know what, let's throw out, just to be safe, a Cutlass Fury. Just to make sure that the next Pirate's Wrath definitely takes her down. Right, any extra damage she does to Fina is bad. But she should still be over the hull threshold for not being killed by a Tempest Dance. Yeah, the next Pirate's Wrath is definitely going to kill her. So we could do it right now, but she'll go first, so that's a bad idea. So we're just going to wait until the next turn. There's no need to rush it this late into the fight. If you can guarantee a victory, all we need to do is wait another turn.
On guard!
Right, as long as if she doesn't do that to Enrique again before the next Pirate's Wrath, we should be safe. So we don't want him to miss out on the experience. But there's a very low chance of that happening, so we're going to risk it. So let's go all in.
May righteousness be our shield. Shield of justice.
So what are you going to throw at us this time? An Eternas, perfect. And now it's time to take you down, Piastol.
Pirate's Wrath!
I'm sorry, Piastol. We're not going to let you kill us over misinformation.
That's fun.
So hopefully now we'll finally find out what actually happened. And we get Pyrulen with Ica. Father, am I doomed to never win, to never avenge your death? Piastol, tell me what happened to you 7 years ago. I want to know. I need to know why you think I killed your family. Very well. Perhaps it will help jog your memory as well. 7 years ago, I was a young girl of 10 years. My father was a soldier in the Vyse Armada. My entire family lived aboard his ship as we sailed the Vyse skies, together. One night, I was awakened by a loud explosion and rumbling.
Father? Father!
And that's definitely the Albatross. I rushed to the deck and found nothing but a sea of flames. But I could see through the flames that an air pirate ship was fast approaching. The rest of my family was on the bridge of our ship, but the flames were too strong. I couldn't get through to them. My father used to always tell me that in situations like this, to save myself first. I was so worried about my father and my baby sister, but instead I rushed to the room where we kept the lifeboats. You're kind of ruining the mood, Rabbits, with your drinking over this sad moment. That is why I ran into an air pirate, a red-headed air pirate girl. Wait a second, that was you? Yes, it was I, and for whatever reason, even though you were invading my ship, I found you unarmed. I reacted as the soldier my father had raised me to be. Without a second thought, I drew my knife. I threw it with the intention to kill. But my knife missed its mark. It's because of you, Vyse, jumped in the way to protect her. And my knife struck your cheek. Yes, that scar on your cheek is from the knife that I threw. And while you were both still disorientated, I made my way to the lifeboat and left you to burn on the ship that you destroyed. So it's worth mentioning, in the original version of this game, Vyse doesn't have a scar, as this story wasn't in the game. I later learned that the flagship Aquila did not sink, and that they found my father's corpse. The doctors say that it was not the fire that had killed him, but a sword wound. I also heard that my sister was alive, but I have no idea where she is now. That is when I swore that I would have my vengeance on the air pirates that destroyed my life. That is when I became a hunter of air pirates. Now do you understand, Vyse? Now do you understand why I hate you so? Piastol, I hate to tell you this, but you've got a few things mixed up. We weren't the ones that attacked you. We just happened to be in the area when we saw that your ship was in trouble. We boarded your ship to try and help. How dare you? You think that your lies will fool me? I remember that incident too. I remember everything that happened. When we were getting prepared, I just figured it was a rescue mission. I was careless and I didn't think I would need my weapons. And because of me, because of my stupidity, Vyse got hurt. All because of my carelessness. Ica. Piastol, you've got to believe me. We weren't the ones that attacked your ship. I would never lie about that day. Not after what happened to Vyse. I wouldn't be able to forgive myself if I did. Is that all you have to say? Piastol. Vyse, I will come to you one last time. And then, I'll put everything on the line. I'll put an end to this cat and mouse game. I understand. Just call me at the Sailors Guild like always. It seems like the only way that she might even begin to believe us is if we take her down one last time. So near the end of the game, we're going to have the final opportunity to do battle with her. And then we'll try and finally get her to end this charade. For now, let's equip with Vyse the white map again. Let's also change the weapon colour. Let's go back to silver before we forget. And now let's make our way back to Crescent Island. So now we're just going to go through all the customizable options of the Crescent Island. So we're going to go with the building options from both Kerala and from Ismail, as they will each do buildings and decorations on the island in their own personal taste. And then I'll pick the ones that I like the most. Right, it looks like the girls have left, so maybe they're in here now. Yep, so the girls have now taken over the shop. I heard that when Captain Clara was our maid, she met Gilda. She met him in a port in his hometown. She fell madly in love with him, but as fate would have it, Gilda quickly left the city the next day to become an air pirate. I guess it was just bad timing. That's probably good timing for Gilda. I'm going to find my true love in the skies, just like Captain Clara. I'm going to sail around the world and find the cutest guy. Welcome, Captain. Let's gossip. Oh, I'm such an airhead. I gave Bradman the wrong part earlier. Hope he realises before it's too late. I'm not used to running a shop, so I keep making all sorts of mistakes. Well, I always make mistakes anyway, but not the shop kind. But it's my goal to be able to do something without messing it up. That's why I'm here, but I'm bound to do get something right. Unlike me trying to say that line. So she sells the same stuff, so we don't have to worry about any of that. Right, see you later, Belle. Well, hopefully it's not one of the shops at the parts that Brabham needs for our new engine. So I think the guys are now in here. Yeah, they're working on our cannons. Hey, make sure you shine those cannons good. Those cannons are the heart and soul of the Delphinius. My cannons are always ready to go. You never know when you're going to have to blow something up. If I lose a battle, it's not going to be because of a misfire. Right, so let's take the pole up. We've already gone up these stairs, so we may as well go up this way. I do like how they installed a pole, just so that the crew can get to the Delphinia slightly quicker in an emergency. So before we check out the island, we're first going to go back to our merchant, because her shop should be upgraded now. Yeah, it's definitely looking better. Please, take a look around. I've got items galore. Let's have a chat. Well, Captain, you want to speak with me? I guess I haven't lost my girlish charm. But I'm terribly sorry. You're not quite up to my standards for men. I like my men a little more courageous. What are you talking about? I've escaped from the Grand Fortress twice and gone through the Dark Rift, lady. Who could be more courageous than that? Alright, so sadly all she has is the same boxes as before. There's just a few more of them. I guess a Sacrum box would actually be good, but we've already got a few crystals to do the same, so we don't have to really worry about that. Please come again, and be sure to bring plenty of gold with you. So we still need the last 2 crew members to set up shop here. We'll get them after we get the purple moon crystal. And it won't be that much later, we'll only be in about 2 more parts that we actually go and get all of those extra crew members. So now we've gone and made ourselves upgraded island. So you've got a fountain in the middle. It'd be nice if we could build a fountain right around here. Well, maybe we'll do that. First, let's check out the tavern. Ismail promised me that he would build a stage for me to dance on, but he just doesn't have all the money. Do you have more money? Ismail said it would take 500 gold to build. Yeah, sure, why not? Really? You'll pay for the new stage? Thank you. I'll tell Ismail right now. When I heard that this place used to... Oh yeah, that's the same as before. A lot of the ingredients that I normally use in Yaphetoma are really hard to get over here. I want everyone to get a taste of Yaphetoman food. But the ingredients are so expensive here, it will take at least 1,000 gold. Well, why not? He gave 1,000 gold to Urala. Are you sure about this? Sure, don't worry about it, but you better make us some really good food. Thank you very much, I'll get started right away. It's nice to take a break from cooking and eat some of Urala's food, it's great. Yeah, so this is the Sailor's Island version of the restaurant. Personally, I prefer the Yaphetoman style, so we're going to change to that, since we've now seen what this looks like. And we'll check out the Yaphetoman, what's it called? Living quarters, I guess, is the name, isn't it? I'm learning good. Oh yeah, I've already heard about that. Other people are just going to see what they did before. So now we have some actual beds. This is where the crew sleeps. Even with these bars, people still somehow manage to fall out of their hammocks sometimes. I don't know how we manage that. So even though the Yaphetoman building is really nice, I think that since most of the crew comes from the Western Skies, it's probably good if we go and get a Western style building for them. Now, I don't need to sleep right now. So it looks like we have a picture of our dad on our desk. There's a picture of Moge stuffed inside this box. I think Enrique's in love. And now we should be able to talk to our crew. Vyse, what exactly do you think you're doing? Are you trying to go through my stuff? Sorry, Ica. Now we've got our own island base, I bet you finally feel like a real captain. Captain Vyse, I like the sound of that. You've sailed around the world in your own ship. Not many people can say that they've made their childhood dreams come true, you know? I think I already said all this before, didn't I? Never mind. Oh yeah, of course, we can examine her teddy bear. Nope, that's leaving the room, Vyse. Try again. There we go. It's a stuffed animal. Ica loves her stuffed animals ever since she was a kid. There you go, that was worth it. Exposition. Or world building, I guess. Vyse, I would really appreciate it if you didn't go through my stuff. Okay, sorry, Fina. So yeah, it's a nice looking place, but I think we want to upgrade it. Kokita Coop. Crew members take weekly shifts to care for the Kokitas. Thanks to these guys, we can eat fresh eggs every day, and meat once in a while too. Right, so for now, let's upgrade the buildings again. Yep, I would like you to remodel a building. And you remodel our tavern. Ismail already began preparations for remodeling that. I think it's a little late for me to do anything about it, sorry. Oh yeah, of course, because we gave the money to the lady. Okay, then we'll do that later. For now, I want you to remodel... Let's see, I want you to change the living quarters. And while we're here, before we leave, let's decorate the island. And let's have some fish in the pond. Shall I put some tiara fish in the pond? It'll cost 500 gold. Yeah, sure thing. Add some extra life to the island by putting some fish over here. So Enrique and Mogi are just going to hang out here for the time being. Now we're going to leave and return after the island's been upgraded. Gonzalez, your memory will always be with us. Please watch over us in our time of need. Right, and now we're going to remodel... Let's decorate the island. And you go change our fountain. I'll fix up your fountain sailor style. And now let's take a look at the stage that's been built. Yep, so now she can dance as much as she likes. I've never had Yavatoman food before. It's great. If I made it through the Dark Rift, I would have discovered it a long time ago. I'm glad that I came with you, Vyse. Sailing with you and your crew has been the most fun I've ever had. I'm glad to hear it. Can we chat to you while you're on the stage? I dance in your honour. I dance in celebration of your victory to come. You will win. Thanks, Marida. Oh, welcome. I've been doing my best to cook for the crew. I hope that you like it. If you like, I could make you lunches that you could take with you on your travels. All I need is 10 rumai fish. They're a type of fish that's common back home in Yapatoma. Yeah, sure, why not? Actually, if it's rumai fish you need, I have 10 right here. Really? That's great. I can get started right away. Thank you for waiting. I really hope that you like it. You'll heal all of your wounds and replenish your magic, but it takes a little while to start working, so you can't eat it during a battle. And we received Urala's lunch. So we're just going to keep doing this and spamming it until we run out of food. So I think we got a lot of these fish from giving one of the moonfish to Maria's bird. Oh, no, it looks like we're out. Never mind. Hello, Vyse. Do you want something? Why don't you cook us a bit of food, Polly? You want to eat some good old-fashioned sailor's food? Leave it to me. Yeah, so the next time that we come back, she'll be in charge of the restaurant. So now let's check out our new living quarters. Yeah, this is more like it. This is more like a Western-style building. Some members of the crew sleep here. Sometimes you can hear Marco talking in his sleep. Something about flying fish. So I think it's just going to feel a little more homely to most of the crew to live in a good old-fashioned building like this. But we'll go for a Yavatoman-style tavern, so that people can enjoy the exotic flavours. Yeah, because this looks more like what we'd expect from the living quarters. Let's see if our friends' rooms have changed. Yeah, their rooms have changed a bit. It's Aika's diary. If I opened it, she'd probably beat me to a pulp. I do like how there's different interactions depending on which version of a building you have. Fina's mirror. I suppose it's just a little strange seeing a mirror here. Not too many air pirates care about the way they look. I'm guessing Ica does. Either that or she really doesn't care. Because either she works very hard on her hair or she just really doesn't care how other people think about her. And now we should have these fish. Yep, we got some fish in the pond. Just adds a bit more life to the place. And now, let's remodel the tavern. Yeah, we're going to get a Yaphatoman style tavern. And now let's see what we've done with the place. So now we've got a Yaphatoman style inn. Or tavern rather, for all of our crew. So now you have a nice little river going through here. And we have a different style of dance. Do you like this dance? You all showed it to me. It's a traditional Yaphatoman style dance. I love it. Polly is the best cook ever. The stuff she makes is amazing. If it wasn't for you, I'd still be wallowing in self-pity back on Esperanza. Yeah, Don's just going to enjoy his time here a lot. Now that my kitchen is fully stocked, I can start cooking the good stuff. Actually, would you like me to make you something for you that will help you on your mission? All the sailors used to call us the Polly Special. I just need 10 gruels for a specific type of flying fish. Hey, I've got 10 gruels right here. Wow, you're always prepared, aren't you, Vyse? Just sit tight. One Polly Special coming right up. Thanks for waiting. Here you go. It will heal your wounds as well as replenish your magic, but it takes a little while to take effect. Don't eat it during a battle. Yeah, so it's basically the same as with Urala. So we're just gonna make these until we run out of fish. Right, looks like we're out of fish now. Welcome, what can I do for you? You know what, Urala? You go back to cooking. So you like my cooking? Thank you so much. I'll get started right away. Since this is a Yaphatoman style restaurant, so let's have a Yaphatoman chef. I lost everything that was dear to me. I lost it all in the Dark Rift. All I had to keep me going were my memories of Polly. It was during those years in the Dark Rift that I realised just how important Polly was to me. I never knew how much I had until she was gone. I'm going to stay by her side until we finish this, and then we're heading back to Sailor's Island. So let's check out the new fountain. Wow, Ismail sure did a good job building this fountain. But we're now going to replace that fountain with a different one. Yep, I want you to decorate the island. And I want the fountain in the plaza remodeled. So you want the plaza fountain remodeled? How do you want it done? So we can either have a natural and elegant fountain, or in praise of the moons. Okay, leave it to me. I'll surprise you. You'll love it. And Ismail. For you, I want you to decorate the island. And I want you to sculpt a relief. Then I'll sculpt the face of one of you into the wall over by the pond. Whose face do you want? Let's start with Ica's. I can sculpt Ica. The hair might be kinda tough, but I love a challenge. And now let's see what we've done with the fountain. So this is the cupid-shaped fountain that Kerala made. Well, I'm sure that at least Fina likes it. That's such an amazing fountain. I think we might actually choose that one after all. I usually like the natural and elegant one, but you know what? You can't really beat that. So there's a relief of Ica on the far wall. Let's change that. So I want you to decorate the island. And let's sculpt a relief of Fina. I can sculpt Fina. It would be an honour to sculpt such a rare beauty. Let's see, and Kerala. I want you to remodel the tent. And then we'll return after they've done their job again. This field belongs to everybody, so you better not be taking any vegetables without permission. It looks like Marco made this sign. He's been working so hard tending to the garden. His spelling could still use some work. Well, at least he's starting to properly get on with his life now, after he escaped from Valuer. He started off as a brat who was just in our way, but he's really grown on us. He just needed the chance to actually get started with his life. So now let's check out Khalifa's new tent. And let's have our fortune told. Welcome, listen to my words and the path to the light will be shown to you. Let's pay 100 gold for our fortune. Very well, let us begin. In this world, there is an item called the Black Map. Yeah, we already have that. It will increase the bearer's aggressiveness, causing him to get into more fights than usual. It has its uses. The Red Moon has spoken. Remember my words and heed them heed them carefully. That makes more sense. Right, and now I want you to decorate the island. And let's check out the different fountain. You don't like the cupid-shaped fountain? So, which one do you want? So, do you want the fountain with the natural elegance instead? It'll cost you 500 gold. Yeah, sure, remodel the fountain. I do like the cupid one, it is funny, so we might go with it, even though I definitely prefer the natural one myself. So, let's check out the Athena sculpture. Oh, that's just wonderful. You know, that's clearly the best one because it's so pretty. But it's our island, so you know what we gotta do. There's only one choice left to us. And that's to give in to our ego. I want you to sculpt a relief of me. You want your face immortalized? Not a problem. It'll be an honor to sculpt you. I'll make you look legendary. So let's check out the new fountain. Yeah, this fountain looks much nicer. It's just a nice natural rock formation. It's hard to think that a girl like Kerala made this fountain. It certainly is, interesting. So this is personally my favourite fountain, but I guess we should make Fina happy. So let's go and have her one. I want you to decorate the island, and I want the fountain remodelled. What? You didn't like the fountain? Of course I liked it, but we should make Fina a bit more happy. So I've just wasted 5,000 gold extra because I changed my mind, but that's alright. And all that remains now is to decorate the island. Oh no wait, no, not the island. I want you to remodel the building of the tent. There we go. And now let's check out our face. There we go. That's what ego is all about. Our face is immortalized on that stone wall. So all that remains is to check out what the new tent looks like. And then we've gone through all the options for the appearance changes. And here's Khalifa's new tent. It's got more of a mystic vibe to it. Well, let's have our fortune told again. We gave 100 gold to Khalifa. The Red Moon speaks. There is a lone island above the Demon Storm. It is a mysterious place. It's inhabited by strange bird-like creatures, dancing and frolicking. You must find this place. So what she's talking about there is an island that is directly above the centre of a dark rift. We can't go there yet though because we haven't upgraded the Delphinius, but we will be going there later, when we're exploring all the different discoveries in the game. So Khalifa will give us advice on finding new locations as well as loads of discoveries and stuff if we're still missing them. So she was just telling us about a location we haven't been to. So that's everything for this part. Now we're just going to head to the Lands of Ice, and then we'll start our adventure searching for the purple moon crystal. So since we still can't travel above the sky, the Dark Rift is going to be in the way of going north. So there's the Dark Rift, and it's going to go all the way over there and cut us off from the Lands of Ice. So we do need to go south at the moment until we upgrade our engine. So we're just going to punch through this Sky Rift. And we're back to the Lands of Ice. So we've been here once before, when we came for the discoveries. But this time I've actually come to stay, because we're going to go and get the purple moon crystal. So for now I'm just checking around for the bounty. I don't think the bounty spawns yet, I think it's later in the game. Right, so whereabouts is Glacier? I think this is it. Yep, the Ruins of Ice. So before we go in there, in the next part, we're also going to take down this airship battle. Because we do have Khalifa on us now, so we're going to get a special item from beating it. So, see you in the next part when we take on that guy and then go and get the purple moon crystal.